Why'd you stop thinking? Do you realize that you stopped thinking? You see, the world is designed to trap you, and trap you it has. You are born into this beautiful, amazing, magnificent body. Your soul chose this body. Your soul chose it. And your soul is excited and delighted to be in this body. Do you remember? Do you remember when you were a kid and you were so excited? What's today going to bring? All the things you're going to do, all the things you're going to accomplish, how amazing life is. And the programming starts. Don't speak. Keep silent. Don't do this. Don't do that. Conform. Blend in. Become like the masses. Don't stand out. Blend in. Do as I say, not as I do. The programming begins at home. It's not the parents' fault. It's not their fault because it's based on their perceptions of their life and what they knew, and they love you and they did what they thought was best. You go to school. School is about programming. It says to teach you to conform, teach you to comply, teach you to be programmed. That's why it's a school. They're programming. Even your television is programming. Television. It's television programming. This program is brought to you by it's brainwashing you. It's keeping you conformed, keeping you to not expand your mind, to not think on your own, to believe the narrative, believe what they're spoon feeding you, believe what they say. This is true. Do you know that everything that's false, if they say it's true and you hear it enough, it becomes truth? You stop thinking. And how you know you stop thinking is with this question. This will solidify it for you. Does your thoughts think for you, or do you think your thoughts? If every thought you have is deliberate, every thought you have is consciously deliberate, you are in the driver's seat. You are thinking. You are driving the bus. Your soul is in alignment and you're driving the bus. But if your thoughts are thinking you, where you just are on default and whatever thoughts pop into your head is, you're not thinking. You're allowing the programming to think for you. You're allowing the matrix to think for you. You're allowing all the muck and muddle, density, darkness do the thinking for you. Fear. So your soul lives forever. It lives forever. It's not afraid of nothing. Your soul is delighted and excited to be in this body. It knows it lives forever. It knows it's expanding just being here. So it's not afraid. It's not afraid of anything. Your mind, however, what's your computer's job? So your soul chose to have a human experience. And it chose this body. So it comes into this body. And the best part about the human experience is the body. Touch, taste, smell, sight, hearing, music, the vibrations of it. It's delightful. It's delightful. Your soul is supposed to use the computer as well. Computer, do these taxes. Computer, do this task. The computer's not supposed to be driving the bus. Your soul is. Your computer's job is to keep you safe. How does it do that? Because it keeps your heart pumping. Your computer knows everything it must fear. So it's constantly viewing threats. It's constantly viewing what the computer's job is not to make you happy. So if you're letting the computer drive the bus, I guarantee you're not happy. You're probably very depressed. You probably have anxiety. You probably have a lot of fear. And this thought pattern, this density starts to actually play havoc in the body as well. Disease, the word disease, dis-ease, you're out of ease. So If you feel delighted and wonderful and terrific and you're happy all the time, your body has no choice but to feel the same. That's how it works. You've got to get your soul back to driving the bus. You got to get you got to take control of your thoughts. That's how it begins. Take control of your thoughts. So the first thing is, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Recognize it. Is this on default? Is this a vibration that you want? Is this a future of that vibration, a future of that frequency? It's important to tune your radio station to the right frequency. So if you don't like heavy metal, you're not going to turn your station to heavy metal. You might like country, you might like pop. Same with your mind. If you don't want the station of fear and density and darkness and depression and broken bodies and all these horrible things, you got to change the station. And how do you do that? You got to start being deliberate with your thoughts. The program's designed to control you. You're not meant to be controlled. You are a soul. You are an all-expanding soul. You're here to learn, to expand, to grow. Freedom. Freedom. You're not to be confined. When you confine your avatar, when you confine your soul, it just plays havoc on all these things manifesting as disease and as pain and as depression and as addiction. It's distraction, all of it, addiction, your phone, your social media, your video games, your alcohol, the drugs, the pot, the smoking. It's all addiction to keep you distracted, because when you're distracted, you comply. When you're distracted, you can be controlled. When you're distracted, you're not the wholeness of who you are. You're not creating. You're not creating. And if we have 5 billion people on this planet in fear and being controlled, then the ones that are creating not what you want, but what they want. And the powers that should not be have been too long. So it's time that all of us wake up as a collective. And that is what's happening. I don't know if you'd noticed, but people are waking up. And it's time for us to wake up, to take control of our thoughts. Because if we control our thoughts, we control the narrative. We control our thoughts and we heal our trauma, we heal our pain. We really come into alignment to who we are, to light, to love, to recognizing we're all one. We're all one. We're all a part of everything. And then when you come into alignment to who you really are, you can start controlling the narrative, because you only give life to that which you want. You see our oceans plentiful, our oceans bountiful, full of our sea animals and creatures and clean water. You see our planet living in harmony. You visualize our animals thriving. You visualize that our governments are working for us. You feel that, you see it, you vibrate there, you see what's going on, you see the corruption, you see the lies, you see the placating to whatever narrative they want to. But when you see that, don't focus on that. Don't feed fear to that. Don't feed fear to any narrative, and just see it for what it is in your mind's eye. Put a cross around, like an X to it, and visualize instead what you want. Our government's working for us. Freedom, freedom to express, freedom to talk, freedom to be, freedom to create, and start creating. Create that world. Only give focus and life to what you want. That is when you are in control. That is when you start actually taking control of your life, taking control of your thoughts. Einstein, definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. You change the way you think, your life has no choice but to change with it. So get in the bus, get in the driver's seat, start taking control. Let me know how it works for you. Bless you all. Love and light. Oh, I'm Bonnie B. I'm a spiritual psychic medium. It was a pleasure.